Just as the woman was about to give birth, she suddenly began to transform. The medical staff were scared out of their wits. Her husband, however, stayed remarkably calm. He quickly turned the car around and forced his wife back home. By this point, her body had already grotesquely contorted. It wasn't until he locked her in the basement that he finally breathed a sigh of relief. But a moment later, a terrifying roar erupted from inside. With the neighbors watching in horror, her husband made a decision that could only be described as insane. Desperate to find out whether the baby was human, he worked up the courage to step inside. But what he saw left him absolutely stunned. It turned out that Mary carried a rare and extraordinary bloodline. As a descendant of both humans and wolves, she would lose control of her body every full moon and wouldn't return to her human form until the following day. Not wanting to hurt anyone, Mary would race home from work every single day, rushing to lock herself in the sealed room before the transformation took hold. When her boyfriend John discovered her secret, he didn't push her away. But one question haunted him constantly. Would the child Mary carried be born human or a werewolf? And when she lost control, would she ever hurt her own child? To put Mary's maternal instincts to the test, John waited for the next full moon. He placed a lifelike baby doll in the basement and activated the security system in advance. But his worst fears came true anyway. Just as John moved in for a closer look, he realized the basement door had been busted open. He had no idea when. Before he could even process what was happening, a deep, guttural growl came from right behind him. The test had pushed Mary completely over the edge. She had broken free and was tearing the house apart. John thought hiding in the closet might save him, but a second later, Anna, drawn by the noise, had already made her way inside. Luckily, she got distracted by a wolf-themed stuffed animal nearby, giving John just enough of a window to escape. But right at that moment, Mary came charging at him again. John desperately called out their shared memories, hoping to reach whatever humanity she still had left. But it didn't work at all. He barely managed to escape her attack, but the experience left a wound in him he couldn't shake. Even so, nothing could stand in the way of their love. Mary gave birth to the baby. John gently lifted the child into his arms, and then, staring back at him, was an infant that was half human, half beast.